Alright boys, it's that time again. Here is the 9th race of the 2005 Piston Cup season. Before we get started, the King will have this new look for the next 2 races to celebrate his 200th win last race. Unfortunately, Krusty Rotor will not be racing against him during that time because of a hauler accident that happened on his way to this race, which means he'll be out for the next 5 races. And Clint Lotso is also out this race because he got sick. And Austin Hicks wrecked a lot of racers in practice, and he will be suspended for 4 races as punishment. Onto the starting grid, where Tony Gassert will start at pole position with Ryan Newcar, who's pretty good at starting at the front these days, to his outside. Row 2 has Strip Weathers and Sonic OMT. Row 3 has Lightning McQueen and Chick Hicks. Fancy seeing these two in the same row. Row 4 has the Bush Tire brothers of Kurt and Kyle. Kurt hoping to wreck Sonic OMT. Row 5 has OMT's teammates Lucas 95 and Sonic EXE. Row 6 has Greg Candyman and Murray Clutchbird. Row 7 has myself and Greg People hoping to lead some laps today. Row 8 has Gerald Leadfoot making his 3rd start this season, and Greg People's teammate Mark Carton. Row 9 has Chuck Armstrong, who is back after not competing last race, and Kevin Carvick to his outside. Row 10 has Carl Edwards and Dale Earnhardt Jr. with a better qualifying time than last race. Row 11 has Kevin Schifrin and his teammate Rusty Wheelhouse. Row 12 has Hall Ingus and Jeff Burrington. Row 13 has Billy Oil Changer and Jeff Corvette. Row 14 has Winford Bradford Rutherford and Michael Cartrip. Row 15 has Elliot Traftler and James Cleanair making his 2nd start in a row. Row 16 has Sage Vanderspin and Ernie Gearson. Row 17 has the Reverham Motorsports teammates of Casey Corner and Jeremy Carfield. Row 18 has Matt Carzett starting 1 row short of his number, and Brian Vickers to his outside. Row 19 has Eugene Carbareski and Bobby Carboni, also starting 1 row short of his number. Row 20 has teammates Casey Gears and Jamie McCary. Row 21 has Ricky Slood, starting in the same row as his number, and Dale Carr to his outside. Row 22 has Ken Schrader and Daryl Draggard, making his 1st start this season. Row 23 has Sterling Carlin and Benny Oaks, also making his 1st start this season. Row 24 has Todd Marcus, who's back after his suspension last race, and Joe Brakecheck to his outside. And starting in row 25 is Johnny Blamer and Gerald Shifter, another racer making his 1st start this season. Wendy is still failing to qualify, and Claude Scruggs and Mr. Motocross also both failed to qualify. Same with Scott Windows and Floyd Mulvihill. Harvey Traxon and Ruby Nightcar also failed to qualify, alongside all these other racers. Also there's Sean McShifter and Harry Crasher